Hey YouTube. I wasn't planning on doing a review today, so I'm totally just a mess right now. But I took a bath during my son's nap time, and hopefully I can get this review done before he wakes up. And I finished The Crown by Kiera, which my boyfriend surprised me with this last night. It was my late Mother's Day gift since we didn't really have the money on Mother's Day to do anything. We got the Target edition, which, let's see, has these gorgeous fan art drawings in them, which I am so in love with. I think she said Barnes and Noble maybe has alternate endings, and she released a few different versions of the book. The Target one has the fan art though in the front and back covers, and I'm just so in love with them. Um, I'm a huge fan of Kiera, and this is probably my favorite series overall. Last book, which was The Heir, I honestly wasn't a huge fan of, and it almost made me want to give up on the series. I liked it, but the main character, Edelyn, just kind of annoyed me. She was selfish and just petty and obnoxious, and I really didn't like her, but I really liked the way that she portrayed Maxon in America still, and built up the male characters in Edelyn's selection. Um, and I am probably going to give out spoilers in this. I don't know, I'll try not to. The person she picked was who I was hoping she would pick. Even though for a while it looked like she wouldn't pick him. Um, that's what I'll say on that, so hopefully there's not spoilers. Um, these covers are absolutely gorgeous, and somehow Kiera manages to take these, not necessarily the most likable character, and she turns them into this amazing character that I just completely fell in love with. And that's exactly what she did with Edelyn. I hated her in the last book, and in this book, I don't know, I just started to fall in love with her and her character, and she really just had this transformation, and she came to a point where she really started loving her people and her country and really trying to make the best decisions for them. And I loved the way that she kind of twisted it. It was almost like, I don't know if she had this written before, she had it all planned out, but people really didn't like the heir and that whole thing because of Edelyn's character. And it's almost like Kiera either had planned it that way or she listened to what people said. But this book was so different. I know a lot of people weren't happy with this one still. It did feel kind of rushed. In that, I mean, just so much stuff happens in this book. I almost feel like I could have gone into another book, but I feel like if I had gone into another book, it would have been too slow. Um, so, I mean, in that way, I'm happy that they just kept it with this book. And it was an amazing ending to the series, I think, with just Edelyn making an awesome decision for the country, making the decision to be with the man she loves, and she finds out a lot about her father's past and her grandfather beating him and that whole thing too, which was kind of kept from her. Even all the details of Maxon and America's selection process were kept from Edelyn. So it's kind of cool to see how the parents started unfolding all of this information to their daughter. I definitely say you need to pick up this book. I mean, the whole series is just incredible. Um, I am still obsessed with this series. I cannot wait to buy the first three. I just got them from the library. So now I told them that I need to buy them, and I want them all in hardcover, which are really hard to find. I do own The Heir and The Crown now. I have been looking forward to this book forever. I was actually in the middle of Girl in Translation, and last night I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I really want to start a new book. And my boyfriend was like, just do it, you know you want to. So I put down Girl in Translation to read this book, and it took me like, I don't even know, it's probably 5 or 6 hours total I read. And it's not a very long book. It's under 300 pages. It's 278 pages. And I do want to read the epilogue, which if you don't want to hear that, then turn it off now. But I do want to read it because I just love her final words for the series. And it's a funny thing to be the product of a fairy tale romance. It's another thing to think you might find one yourself. You can read the stories and watch the movies, and you can think you know how it's all supposed to unfold. But the truth is, love is as much fate as it is planning, as much a beauty as it is a disaster. Finding a prince might mean kissing a lot of frogs, or kicking a lot of frogs out of your house. Falling might mean running headfirst into something you always wanted, or dipping your toe into something you've been scared of your whole life. Happily ever after could be waiting in a field a mile wide, or a window as narrow as 7 minutes. And I just love that that is it for the series, and that's how she closed it, and it was just perfect. And I just love this series. So go out and read it. If you've read it or have any thoughts about the series, comment below, because I would love to discuss this with people. And I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Sorry, I'm like a total mess. I really wasn't planning on doing this review today, but I had to talk. So, have an awesome day. Bye.